Hi, my friends. My name's Denise Alexander, and I'm a student at Grand Canyon University. I'm taking a brain-based learning class, and I'm creating this video to talk about memory and transfer professional resources. Let's go to the next slide. We're going to overview of memory, overview of retention, a little transfer, and strategies to improve memory. Here's our overview of memory. This picture I literally got from How the Brain Learns by Sosa, and this is where I got it. What is memory? According to the Harvard Health article I got, it's to control our recalling information. It's how we learn things and how we remember things. Sosa says that it records who we are and what we have been through. So it keeps everything we are. And then the Sussex Publishers, the article I read there, says it's like a sea of images, impressions, facts, meanings, echoes. It's just how we behave, and it's just a diverse information that we have, that we've learned from our experiences. One of our memories we want to talk about is long-term memory. Long-term memory is what Harvard says is who we are. It makes us us. And then it's just not facts. It's adjusted with our experiences. So I could have a memory of one thing and then learn something new and adjust that memory. According to tailor, he says it's explicit memory that uses a conscious memory for recollection of information, experience, and concepts. Also, it's got our implicit memory, which is our unconscious, which lets us do things without us thinking about it, like riding a bike. The trick is being able to retrieve the information once we've stored it. It's figuring out how to get it back out. Short-term memory is that information, according to Harvard, that we use right away. And once we've used it, it's usually gone. So here's an example. Say I'm driving a car, I go and make a left turn. I look left, I look right, and see that no cars are coming, and I go. Automatically, my mind forgets that there's no cars coming, and I just keep going, because it's kind of useless information. And according to Tula, it's also our working memory. So it's a temporary place to keep information that has a limited capacity. So it means we can't store a lot on our working memory. Once we get it in there, we have to either use it as long-term, get it to transfer over with our experiences, or it just disappears. Sensory memory is where we use our senses to help us remember things. According to the Sussex Publishers, this is short-term memory that uses stimulants that by our senses. So say I'm walking by a pizza place and I smell pizza. I remember it, and then once I'm gone, it's gone. Usually it's forgotten a bit later. Harvard Health says it's stored in a different part of our brain, which helps us pull memories out if it's strong enough. That sense. We're going to quick overview of our retention. So Sosa refers to this as a process whereby long-term memory preserves learning in such a way that it can locate, identify, and retrieve it accurately in the future. I thought this was an important way to explain what retention is, and Sosa did such a nice job. Now, it's an approximate procedure, which is pretty much influenced by many elements, like how much attention does a student have, or how much time or what type of rehearsal happened. What necessary features did it have that it can be recognized as we're pulling it out? Also, what's the student's profile? How do they learn? How are they doing? And then the inescapable influence of prior learnings. What's their background knowledge? What do they know? It's really important to know all this, and to transfer it all over, you need all this to be able to pull it all back out. So in Sosa's book of How the Brain Learns, it had this great way of showing the perfect timing to help students in learning. And for a 20-minute lesson, if you teach a new concept, you teach it for about 15 minutes. You give them a little practice, and then you review. 20 minutes, nice and quick. 40-minute lesson, you teach a new concept, practice it, and then you review it. always go back to review it to make sure students understand. I know while I'm teaching, I tend to practice. I teach. I do the I think where they watch me do it, and then we do a we think where we do it together. And then we do a you think, and it depends how much time I have to if they do a you think as partners or a you think by themselves. Either way, at the end, I always review what we've done and do one more rethink so that I know they've gotten it. And usually during the practice, when they're doing it on their own, I pull those small groups so that we can see how they're doing. We're going to talk about some learning strategies that could help. And this picture I retrieved from Commons Wikimedia. I just thought it was a cool picture, but I wanted to make sure they got their credit because that's where I got it from. Strategy 1 is being mindfulness and meditation. So Team BMM, I don't remember their article, but I read it, and they say that if you do some mindfulness meditation, it helps with focus. I know when I'm with my students, I have them do a couple breathing exercises so that they're focused and they're ready to learn. I always make sure they're calm. They need to be self-aware. And we also have to help them change their brain structure so that they can realize that being calm helps them learn better. Second strategy is practice. Practice the skill over and over in time. According to Sousa, quality of practice and learner's knowledge base will largely determine the outcome of each practice session. I was reading in his book how the brain learns. The old saying, practice makes perfect, might not be as accurate as we think. But if we follow these 4 things, it's possibility. So the learner must be sufficiently motivated. The learner must have knowledge necessary to understand and understand how to apply the knowledge, and then analyze the results so that they can change and improve their performance. So it depends a lot on what the student wants or the learner wants to how the practice is going to work. If they don't care about it, then guess what? It's not going to get better. But if they have a desire to improve, we will see progress. And the last one is healthy habits. According to Harvard Health, you need to eliminate unhealthy things such as drinking, smoking, eating candy, eating junk food. We need to add new healthy habits such as eating leafy green vegetables, nuts, berries, drinking tea. They even suggest drinking coffee and eating oily fish. Another thing is exercise. Maybe some aerobic exercise or strength exercise, or mix it up and do both. Go for a walk. Have fun. Now, I got all of these references from this area, from these different ones, like how to engage students' memory process to improve learning, the memory, Harvard Health, SOSA, how the brain learns, and then types of memory by Psychology Today, and then does meditation improve memory. So these are my resources and references that I've used to get this information. And as I like to close everything, go ahead, make mistakes, have fun, and remember to smile, giggle, and wiggle. I'll talk to you later. Bye.